All right, we are going to do a comparison speed test of Bell and Videotron over long distances. The reason that we recently switched from Bell fiber over to Videotron is because their routes over distance are garbage, and this video is just setting out to prove that. So we can see over here we have our Bell fiber modem. I was pretty stoked. This is the first time I've actually had actual fiber running into the office, into this badass modem. And that's the backup power supply, and it runs out to the Bell router in the other room. And this is our new Videotron fiber hybrid, and it is running just from a regular coax coming in to the modem, hooked directly up to this laptop. And what I want to do is I want to download a test file, because my problem is obviously not with the speeds that we get in the city. I would expect those to be awesome. The problem is with the routes that these companies lease over distances. So we are on the East Coast, and we're going to be doing tests on West Coast servers. So we're talking about a distance of about 4,000, 5,000 kilometers. Our TCP saturation levels at that distance should be around 30 to 50 megabits with kind of an average route. Or actually, that'd be a really good route. And we can see that pulling up the speed test at Videotron. Actually, just before while we're doing that, you can see that we're going to azurespeed.com/azure/download, and that download file is just downloading in the background. I haven't saved it anywhere. And we can see that we're pulling close to 3 megabits, or 3 megabytes, so 3 megabits, 2.8 or so, sitting pretty much around 2.8, 2.6 to 2.8 megabytes, 26 to 28 megabits. To the Azure speed test US West California, the US West California one, that one right there. So now let's go to the other room, and we will do the exact same test to the exact same location on the Bell router. So that Bell router has a Cat5 cable that runs the perimeter of the room to our Bell modem router right there. And all standard equipment. We aren't using any custom routers at this point. And just in case you're wondering, well, you might have shitty Cat5 running in the office, there might be interference. Let's do a local speed test. We are running Bell fiber. We started off with 250 megabit package, but when I saw what the awesome speeds were over distance, I recently downgraded that to a 50 megabit package. The guy that brought it and did the installation was awesome, great customer service from Bell. There's not a complaint there, but the routes that they lease over distance are garbage. So this is a speed test for in the city here. You can see it's grabbing a file from that lovely location in Quebec, and we're going to hit go. It's going to do a ping test. Ping is great. I can pwn some fools with my 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond ping. And again, we have a 50, 60 megabit package with them, and we are going to max that out handily. We can see it's doing 51, 52, and our graph here will back that up. Actually, our graph here is going a little bit higher than what it's doing. I don't know why the difference is there, but this is just pulling straight from my network card, so I'm going to trust this more than I'm going to trust the website here. So anyways, we are getting about 63 megabits, 64 megabits in the city, or close to the city. So that's what we're paying for. That's our speed. So let's go over to the Azure speed test page. Exact same URL as you can see there, and we're going to download the exact same file from the US West California location. So I'm just going to click on that. It is going to pop up that download, and we can see, based on this, let's make this window a little bit smaller so we can get it all condensed. So we can see that we are pulling in a whopping 800 kilobytes per second, just under 900 kilobytes per second. So the exact same route coming to the exact same location in the city, and we are getting 3 or 4 times less speed than we were with Videotron. So you can't tell me that this is our cables in the office, because local file tests to Montreal and Quebec max out our speed, and you certainly can't tell me that it's a problem with the route between here and California, because it's the exact same route it's the exact same target destination running to the exact same source destination, just with Bell instead of Videotron. And there is the difference in the speed. And we did this exact same test, and I have a video of that when we were at 250 megabits, and the results were exactly the same. They were 800 kilobytes per second to the West Coast on a 250 megabit fiber package, which begs the question, what is the point of selling packages of that speed if you're not going to pay for the routes over distance to even support a fraction of that? So anyways, thought that would be a useful video for anybody interested in the differences between Bell and Videotron. Nothing against the customer support or anything about Bell. They are top-notch, but the routes that they route their traffic with over distances, the exact same results to Europe, to South America, to the other side of Canada, the results are exactly the same. Just the slowest speeds you can possibly imagine. So when we discovered this, after wondering why our internet was so slow to our servers in Texas and Arizona, we called them up and we downgraded our package from 250 to 50 megabits, and they promptly sent us a $500 bill as a cancellation penalty, which we didn't cancel, we just downgraded because they were not providing anywhere remotely close to the speeds that were advertised. And at that point, we called Videotron up immediately and had them come in and install this modem, which they did in 2 days. So kudos to them, and we are tickled pink that we are reaching close to our TCP saturation limits with Videotron over distance at, like I was saying, the 30 to 36 or 26 to 28 megabits that we're seeing with them to the exact same location.